Okay, good evening once more. So, what we'll look at today is content marketing, which is the last topic on the theories part. So, let me just take you to where the full topic is. So, if you remember, we looked at GPT prompt engineering, which we did, influencer marketing, we did, where we talked about the importance of influencers, then we did branding, looked at what was your brand, what does your brand represent, and so on. Now we're at content marketing. Then we did sales psychology, what makes people buy. We looked at copy, how do you write your so-called caption. We looked at customer service, how well do you handle your customers. So now we're looking at content marketing. We've heard of I'm a content creator. You've seen content creators on Facebook. Then you've also seen that when you just join Facebook, it will ask you what you offer. Most people put digital creator, which is almost in line with content creation, which is now what we're looking at, content marketing. Okay, let's just go straight to the notes. Okay, so at first we want to first define what is content marketing. We look at your objective of your content. Then we will later on look at the guidelines of how do you measure your content. Is it making you more money or is it not? Then we'll look at how do you measure it now. What tools do you use to measure if your content marketing is effective? Okay, so we just allow another one. Okay, so are you able to see my screen? Let me just click here. Oh, okay. Okay, Mr. Derek, you can just uh, uh, mute your mic. Okay, so we're just getting started. So I was just doing a recap. So we're just getting started with content marketing. So when we want to define content marketing, we define it as a process of creating and sharing valuable content to attract, engage, and retain an audience. So here, what we're looking at, the content that you will be making will be either to retain clients, which is retain, or bring potential new clients. Okay, so instead of directly selling, businesses provide useful content that will build their trust to their customers, both new and old, and attention as well, because we've heard of attention being the new currency, and authority, again, when we're comparing them hand in hand with their competitors. So one of the goals of the content that you will be creating is to educate the audience or your audience about the products and services that you will be offering. You would also need to build relationship, increase brand awareness so that people know about your brand, that it exists. Okay, then also to generate leads and sales. So leads, those in short, it's someone you can contact. So you generate leads for your business. Let's say you offer teaching services and you would want customers. First, you would need to generate leads, either collecting their emails, collecting their phone numbers, and so on, so that it will be easier for you to contact them or to call them, in short. Okay, sales of your product and the services that you offer. Examples of content, we'll look at social media posts, videos, blog posts, images, infographics, though that's another form of images. So good content provides value before even asking for a sale. We've looked at content that makes people ask the price about something without even you asking them to buy it. So that's one of the good content. Okay, so this is a flowchart of how it should go. So the first thing, you need to create you go for your content. you need to do your research, you need now to create the actual content. Then after creating, that's when you promote, you analyze, then it goes back to creating the goal again. Since you've analyzed, okay, what's the next step? Okay, this is the next step, then you move forward. Okay, so I'll be switching from tabs. These notes are sent, have been sent already in the group. We're just redoing this topic. Okay, so one of the importances of the content that you will be creating as a digital marketer is to help businesses stand out online. So we all know that there is competition out there and everyone is trying to put out their content. So you would be doing this so that you help your business stand out. Again, you tend to build trust with your customers since they know that your content is out there. They see you every time they are online, either on their social medias. They're able to trust you because they've been seeing you for some time. Okay, we need to improve on your engagement. If someone sees something for more than 3 times online, they are likely to click on it and just try to engage with the content. Maybe they would be asking in their mind, what this content about? Maybe it's important. Let me just check it out. So that's engagement to you, and you are being visible. People are able to see you. Okay, then it creates organic traffic and audience growth. So organic traffic, this is the traffic that you do not pay for. For example, in Facebook, we looked at Facebook ads, although we'll tackle it more into the channels once more. Organic traffic is just the normal traffic that someone would be, maybe they're scrolling on their social media, or let's for example Facebook, and they come across your video, you're explaining something. That's organic traffic to you. Someone is able to find you without even paying for it, without maybe paying ads or boosting the page. So someone is just able to find you without without you having to pay for it. Okay, and your audience will grow. So if someone likes your video, they will obviously like, they would share, they would even follow you. When we look at the analytics, I will guide you on how some content will bring more followers and other content will not. Okay, so without content, your audience will forget you. Let's say, for example, if you're producing content, then you stopped, or you do not produce at all. You just maybe do the traditional marketing where maybe you print out flyers, you just tell people. People don't know about you if you do not do the same content. So with consistent content, your brand stays visible and relevant. People are able to know you and to create that relationship. You've heard of someone would say that maybe they know you because they've been seeing you on Facebook for some time, in as much as maybe you've never met before, but they'll say, no, we've grown with this person online. They've just been seeing your post, maybe even liking. So that's kind of that's the way you keep your brand visible and relevant. It's the same. They've been seeing you for a long time, even if they wouldn't buy your product there and then. Maybe later on they would remember, oh, I saw a video of this and I've been seeing it for some time. They would obviously buy your product through the same content that you'll be doing. So this ends with a quote of attention is the new currency. So right now there's such oversaturation of information. There's a lot of information, so people do not even know where to go. So if you do the content well, they would focus on your content. That will be your currency. Like, people are able to pay for that, for your content. Okay, now how do you choose your objective? Okay, how do you choose your content objective? If you're a company, you're an individual, you want your product to be out there, your services to be out there, what objective would you choose? So I hope everyone's able to see my screen. Okay, let me just go back to show you how you choose your objective. So the first thing is you need to have a business goal. Then that business goal is supposed to translate into social media goal and your content goal together. So for example, these here are the business goal that you need as a business, as an individual who's doing content marketing. So the number one business goal is you need to grow the brand, or people would contact you as a digital marketer. How do we grow our brands on social media? So you would grow it in this way. You would increase awareness, engagement, consideration, then conversion. Okay. So now let's just do it step by step. So how do you grow your brand? Meaning you need awareness. So you need to get attention from your current and your potential audiences. So your current, those are people that have bought from you, or you know them, they've interacted with you. Then the potential are those people that are likely to buy your product or your services. So this will translate your your business goal through social media as awareness. Then you would need subscribers, followers, and shares. So you would, when you post your content, you would obviously put a call to action for them to subscribe, follow, and share the content to other people that might need it. Then you need to also form relationship as a business. So you form this relationship through engagement. Okay, on social media, you get interactions from your current and your potential audience. People should engage with your content either through comments, likes, they mention their friend. We've seen a post where, let's say, friends were interacting about a product and they see it on social media. They would likely mention their friend in that same post so that that friend is aware of that. So you need your customers to do this. Then drive leads. So this will translate into a social media goal of you need to get more information from your potential audience. This one, the driving leads, will only focus on the potential people that are likely to buy from you, not the people that have bought from you, but that are likely to buy from you. So this will be into email signups, website clicks, video views. So this is now your content goal. You would need them to sign up. Maybe you give them a form either on your website or through a lead form on Facebook if you are using Facebook. Okay, then drive sales. At the end of the day, the reason why you're doing this content is to generate more sales for your business. So this will translate into a conversion. You get results from both your potential customers and your current customers. So this will be into social media mentions, testimonials, and reviews. People need to review after they've bought your product and have experienced your services. Okay, so that's how you need to you need to choose now your objective. Okay, so in short, every content needs a strategy, needs a goal. Okay, every content strategy needs a goal. So before you create your content, what you need to ask yourself is, what is the purpose of this content? Okay, is it brand awareness? Is it engagement? Is it leads? Is it sales? Is it education? Is it community building? Okay, so for example, educational content, you would produce such kind of content so that you would build trust with your potential and your current customers. Then promotional content is to drive sales. Okay, so without an objective, um, your content will just create confusion. Okay, then choosing your platform. If you remember, when we looked at the market research, we concluded that the reason why you would advertise on Facebook, on Instagram, or TikTok, or on YouTube is because that's where your audience is. That's number one reason that why you would produce content and uh, show it on Facebook. It's because that's where your target audience. But in Zambia, most of the times we focus on Facebook because everyone's on Facebook. No one would say that they are not on Facebook. At least if you put Twitter, you would say, I don't use Twitter. I'm not on Threads. But most of us would say we're on Facebook, or it is the first social media platform to show up before most of these others showed up. Okay, choosing objective. Okay, so we go to the notes. Okay, so we go back to the same things again, like these that I've talked about, your objective. So the platforms that you need to choose at least a maximum of 3, then a minimum of 1. We're assuming that when you choose one, you would want to focus that first, then that's when now you expand to others. Like you cannot just be everywhere. You cannot say you are all on the social media, but if you have the resources, then you can just be on all out of them. So in Zambia, it's advisable. Obviously, number one would be Facebook. Then on TikTok, since we're the younger generation. Then LinkedIn for more professional. Then YouTube, we have Reddit, we have Quora, Snapchat, Messenger, WhatsApp, Pinterest, and WeChat, plus Twitter, which is then now X. Okay, so you need the one that I would recommend is Facebook. Then Wajon Facebook and Instagram are just one. You can marry your two accounts, the one on your Instagram and on Facebook, so that they just become one. So that when you post on the other one, even the other one would reflect what you've posted. So this will be treated as one. Then you can go on TikTok if most of your products are for the younger generation. But even the bigger generation is there, just that it's more common for young people, or the content which is there is mostly consumed by young people. Twitter, same. LinkedIn, for a professional one, you would choose LinkedIn. The others, you can choose them as well, but I'm not so conversant with them. Okay, so we continue. So these are the examples of platform. For example, Facebook, it has a broader audience. Like I've said, everyone's on Facebook. Then there's community content. You can come up with a group. We looked at it when we were doing Facebook marketing. You create a group so that people are up to date with everything that you've been posting. Then Instagram, visuals and lifestyle. So a lot of people post most of their lifestyle on Instagram. You've seen the type of photos that are on Instagram. They are quite good photos, or everyone tries to look stylish on Instagram. Then if you want to do more short form, you can go on TikTok, then YouTube for long educational content like this one. This video that we're making, we'll post it on YouTube. Then what are the things to consider when choosing a platform? So you're choosing that platform because that's where your audience spends most of your time, like I've said in the market research, and the type of content performs best. And that's your business goal. You want to market on Facebook, for example. If you choose Facebook, then you do not have to try to dominate all the platforms. You can just choose one, focus on one. Then if you have enough resources, you can choose even all the social medias. We've seen adverts for maybe young, or even on Chocola. So they've gone like wide everywhere, any game and so on. Okay, so now how do you find content ideas? So it's important that you've made your business goal, then you've chosen the platform, and you've made your objective of what you want to achieve. So now how do you find your ideas? So ideas, like now that we are at, like we can use ChatGPT to find your ideas and so on. Okay, but one of the best ideas are good content solves problems or questions. So your content is supposed to be focused on solving problems or answering questions, and this can be translated into these sources of ideas. You've got customer questions. The customer might want to ask you about how you use your product, or how does your services work. You would this would be an idea, would create an idea in your mind of your next content idea. Then frequently asked questions, those are questions that customers would ask you. For example, how does your product work? How can I use it nicely? How can I make sure that I increase its longevity, and so on. Then social media comment. This is common on TikTok, where someone comments on a video, then you reply to that comment with a video. Then that comment will just appear on your video. Let's say if it's an how to, maybe it's an how to fix your phone. Someone asked you, or the content that you created, someone asked you how do you maybe fix a phone. You would maybe just reply by making a video of that, and the content will just be on the video. This is common on TikTok. My PC is not connected to TikTok. I would have given you an example. Then trends in your industry. So there are trends, there are general trends, like that trend that was there for the crocodile and Pompey. So almost every businesses took, most of the businesses took part in that trend, where they created a crocodile and saying us we even operate up after 1640, and even them they also created the same. Okay, then competitors content. You just go over your competitors social media pages, you check how they do their comment, and just want to improve on their content. That wouldn't be copying per se, but it would just be, you are in the same industry. Some other bigger brands or competitors that know each other, they even have round table meetings on how, or to set even prices, or how even to compete. I've always assumed Pepsi and Coca-Cola have some kind of connections. Yeah, when you look at their Instagram posts and so on, they are more like if someone posts a photo, the other one would reply on that photo by a post. So I've always thought those, I think they have some connection. Might be even be same, maybe owners or something. Competitors content, even personal experience. What was your experience with your product? This is based for UGC, which is the user generated content. Let's say a customer buys from you a product, and maybe they would want to show how it's working, so you would get that, what they experience with your product, and post it. That's also content for you. Okay, so for example, if a customer would ask you, how do I run Facebook ads? You would reply uh, with a video of how you do it. So that question becomes your content. Okay. So in short, the audience will tell you what content to create. Okay. Then now let's understand the formats of the content. We've talked about it. Now the content. Now what's the actual content? So there are different ways to deliver your content. Okay, so content, it can be delivered in different formats, depending on audience preference. That's maybe if you go on YouTube, most people that go on YouTube prefer long form content, in as much as there are YouTube shorts, but people prefer uh, long form content most of the time. When you go to YouTube, you just go to search maybe how do you do this thing, how do you do this, and so on, compared to TikTok, where most people that go on TikTok just go here most of the times to just scroll. They, like I've said, it depends on the platform and the objective that you want to choose. Okay, so the main types of content are three. We've got text content, then we've got image content, and then video content. Okay, so the best way to do it is you can have a text content, write up a message, or the same content you can make it into an image, then you can also make it into a video. So you've killed is it what, three birds with one stone? Yes, so this is called repurposing content. Most of the big influencers do it, where they make up a quote, they make up an image. The same quote, you might just maybe screenshot it, it becomes an image. Then let's say you use Twitter or X, then you make up a quote, then you screenshot the same quote, then you post it on Facebook. Then that same post that you've made, you come and use it on your YouTube thumbnail as a video, a long form video the content that you create. Let's say if it's a quote on let's say you just say you need to work hard, then you make a screenshot, you post it on Facebook, then you go to YouTube and say how you need to work hard. So that's content that has been repurposed. Okay. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the actual text content and how to create the text content. So text content is communicated mainly through written words. These are captions. You've seen captions on 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 Facebook. Let me just give you an example. Oh no. Okay. Okay, saved. Okay, let me just finish this so that we go to the words nicely. Hope you are still able to get me up to here. So examples, we've got captions, those captions that people put up when they post a video or a picture. A caption, though, that's text content. Blog post on a website, articles either on Facebook or on the actual website, emails that you'll be emailing your leads or your clients, those are text. Threads, the younger brother to Facebook, that's text content. Even Twitter is more commonly known for text content. Now, how do you create good text content? Start with a strong hook. Make sure you hook people that will be reading that. If it's just the whole lot of it is just text, make sure maybe you ask a question, then a question that would someone want to finish reading all the information that they've come across. Okay, then make sure that from the hook that you've given them, you've made sure that it's the same information, to not divert from other information, and make it clear so that people are able to read and understand. It shouldn't be too vague or too complicated. Then use spacing and structure. Make sure it's structured well. Then end with a call to action. So a call to action is what you want them to do after reading that. It might be maybe to subscribe, to follow you, to leave a comment, to share, and so on. So you need to make sure that your writings are clear so that they increase engagement. Okay. Then image, we go to image content. Let me see if we have something for the text content. Okay, so we'll just do this summary thing. So the types of content, this is text content. We've got blog posts, website articles, white papers. So what is it? So it's supposed to be easy to read. The content, the blog post that you'll be posting, supposed to be easy to read. Then when do you produce out text content? So that you would maybe want to share your personal opinion about your products. Then why are you doing that? So that it builds relationship and strong SEO, which is a search engine optimization. We're assuming that this text content that you'll be producing is for your website. Then websites, article, they should be easy to believe. Supposed to be true information. Okay, supposed to make sure that the information, the text content that you'll be producing is easy to believe. It shouldn't be something that would be maybe controversial and so on. Then when do you produce it? So when you're sharing interviews and research from credible expert without your opinion. So this is information that has been researched from by others. You're just repurposing it on your platform, on your website. Okay. Then why are you doing that? So that you build credibility and trust, so that people know you, that the information that you get is from a valid source and it's very true. Then white papers. This is the type of content where you share information that only you as an expert or other people that have an expert in those in a field that would produce that, then it's supposed to be or it's supposed to be easy to trust. Okay, the reason why you are doing it, or when you're posting it, is to share a new solution to a problem or benefit of a product or a service. So these white papers are common with industrial experts. For example, if you've heard of Dr. Mjajat, the type of content that he says, especially those long form articles, those are what we call white papers. Okay, let me just see if I saved any of his white papers. Okay, okay. Oh, one digital lessons. Okay, so this is a form of a white paper where you talk about something that only people in his field would know about. Okay, so these are white papers. If we took them on a website, these are examples of white papers. Okay, oh, let's go back to here. So those are white papers. Then let's continue on the slides. Okay, so okay, I've talked about this. Then we go to image content and how do you create it. Okay, let's go back to these special notes. So before we even go to image type of content, I share this writer's block antidote list. So these are 30 post templates with explanations and 120 examples for you to use when you want to start out your content. In case you do not have any ideas, you can start with this one. You can do all the 120 questions, a form of like kind of questions, and this will help you on text content and other content. You can repurpose the content. Okay, so we go now to image content and how to create it. So if you've seen, or if you just look at something, you're able to know what it is, because you process images faster. Maybe for example, compared to text, if someone saw something, they would easily understand it compared to you telling them. So images are visual based content designed to attract attention quickly. Okay, so examples, we have posters, graphics, infographics, carousels, and quotes. So posters, the posters that you would make for your company about your product or your services, or you explaining something. Then the graphics, now these are posters in the form of graphics, where it's a graphic that shows maybe about a product or a service. Okay, then infographics, those are special graphics. Those maybe let me show you. This is an example of an infographics. This is a SWOT analysis. So it combines both text, symbols, and so on. So when someone looks at this, is able to understand, okay, this is symbolizing strength, this is symbolizing negativity or something weakness related. Then light bulbs are associated with opportunities, discovery, thinking. Then threats, this is mostly used for exits and stuff. So obviously it's a threat. So this is an example of an infographics. Okay. Then carousels, those are common on Instagram, where there are a lot of pictures. Then you keep on sliding. Okay, let me show you an example of a carousel. So this is common on Instagram. For example, if this was Instagram, this would be a carousel. So these are 5 books to help you find your purpose. So when you scroll this side, we'll start with why. So this is a book. So this is a carousel post. Find your why, designing your life. So these are books that will help you find your purpose. Ikigai, okay, do what you are. Okay, so we've gone back. So this is a carousel post where you show up images in one. So they appear nicely on Instagram, but this is Facebook. But so this was a kind of carousel post. Okay. Okay, so humans process visuals faster than text. Like I've said, you process faster images compared to text. Okay, even others will say, no, I'm not a visual learner. No, I'm a visual learner, but we humans process visuals, which are images, videos, faster compared to maybe someone telling you. Okay, so tips for creating your image content: use high quality visuals. Make sure it's high quality. If you are designing, or you can start out designing with Canva. If you do not design, you can hire someone to design higher quality images or pictures for your brand, for your content. Okay, make sure you keep the brand consistency. You shouldn't be today you the image that you've created or the posters are in yellow, the other day red, the other day white. There should be brand consistency. You need to just pick up choose your colors, like we said in branding. You need to make sure that it's consistent. Make sure if you choose 4 colors, those 4 colors are supposed to be in there in every post. If someone was to look at your 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 post, they should say that, okay, this is from the same company. Okay, let me just give you an example. Okay, so just click on images. Since we're looking at images, if you look at this post, you're able to tell that there's brand consistency. We've seen yellow, black appearing, a little bit of white. So these are the brand colors for this company. So these shouldn't be, this should be in every post, so there should be brand consistency. Okay, they use readable text. Make sure everything is clear. It shouldn't be in too fancy fonts, and unless if it's a special kind of post, then focus on one message per design. You shouldn't be clouding information on one. Okay, they should have enough information per post. So designs affect how professional your brand looks. Shouldn't be overclouding. Should just be just enough. Okay. So now how do you create the same image content? So you can download Canva either on your mobile phone or on your laptop, which is the advisable one. This you use it to create the content. For example, it has let's just go back. For example, if you wanted to create something, you would obviously create it from here. It has templates, so this is easy. Or if you have the resources, you can just hire someone to do it for you, so that you just focus on maybe other important things. But this, you would even use it to create videos and so on. Yeah. Okay, let's just go back to so that we understand it better. Okay. So these are types of image content that you need to be producing. So we've got infographics, checklist, and case studies. So you do infographics so that they're easy to share and someone is just able to understand. Now, when do you use it? So that when you want to share information in a funny and easy to consume manner, like you've seen from the infographics that I've shown you, this one's easy to understand. Someone will just look at it, oh, this is what analysis. So S, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So it's easy to understand compared to maybe a lot of text or a lot of notes. So if someone was just to look at this, they will easily understand what the writer wanted to understand. Okay. Then we've got checklists. You share that, so that you share step by step guide on how to do a certain thing. It might be for you to maybe go to the market. You need to, for example, you're at the market and you didn't maybe go with a budget, so maybe you would want to have a checklist on what you bought. Maybe, okay, well, there vegetables, okay, vegetables checked. Maybe things that you use in the bathroom, you make sure are checked, they're all there, and so on. Or if it's 10 things before that you need to have before you go to the gym. You make sure that okay, you have your shoes on, you have your runners, you have your watch, you have your headsets. So those are checklists that you would create on your image content. Okay. Then the reason why you're doing that, so that you boost engagement and increase signups. People are able to trust you that, oh, okay, if she did a checklist for this and she shared and it was just okay with me, someone would sign up. So this, you would use it as a lead magnet. Okay, so a lead magnet is something that you use to get people to collect leads, something for free. Okay, then uh, case studies, so that they easily trust you. Okay, maybe you did a case study of there was a power outage for someone, then you solved it by selling them the product. Maybe it was a power station, so that would be a case study. And afterwards, they experienced no load shedding, or they had backup power. So that would build trust. So that's content that would build trust and get people to buy from you, since they've seen, okay, if it helped this one, I'm sure it would even help me as well. Okay. 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 Okay, then we go to video content. So this is one of the most engaging forms of content online. People uh, uh, when you look at the analytics, if you've run Facebook ads, you'd be able to tell if you made a video ad and an image ad, people likely click on the video ad. Okay, so videos have become more common. We've seen platforms have started supporting even short form videos, like we've got Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. Back in the days, we never had those. So TikTok is more like spreading across these platforms. We've even seen YouTube Shorts. Back then, YouTube only had long forms of content. So examples of tutorials, reels, TikTok Shorts, product demos of your product, and testimonials, and so on. Okay. Then why would you choose videos? So videos combine visuals, which is the actual video, and sound. So sound is very important on a video, in as much as that people do not watch videos without sound. Then it combines emotion, because I'm sure the video that you would be creating would have people in them. Okay. Or showing products, so they hold attentions longer compared to images, because obviously there are things that are moving. If you are just seated and you saw something move, you would be easily be distracted and would want to see. So that's that kind of attention grabbing keeps people watching your videos. You are assuming you're posting video content. Okay, so this, you would do this so that you would explain concepts more effectively about your products and your services. So the tips for creating video content would hook your viewers in the first few seconds. Make sure your 3 seconds of your video is hooking up people. Let's give an example of a hook on a video. Okay. Okay.
Are you a truck driver or
So if you heard, this is just
do you drive?
so this is less than maybe 6 seconds. She said, are you a truck driver or do you drive heavy duty vehicles? So people that drive heavy duty vehicles in trucks would be hooked, because it's a hook. Obviously they would stay longer and want to listen. Yes, I'm a truck driver. What's about this? Okay, so they would be hooked in that video and watch it to the end. And obviously there's value of maybe them having those big batteries and so on. add captions and subtitles. If you've seen from the video, these words, these are subtitles. Even if your sound was off, you would be able to read. You would be able to read the content. Okay. Then focus on the value. Obviously, in between the video, there's value of them getting strong batteries, higher performing ones. Okay. So attention drops quickly. So you need to make sure that if it's a video, it's just enough, it's showing enough information. There's a hook, subtitles, it's engaging. Okay. So you need to make sure that your video is good. You can create your video using Canva. If you are doing it yourself, you can just go and create, then you go on videos, then it will take you to where you can create the type of video. Is it in landscape, is it in mobile, is it a TikTok video, is it a YouTube long form, or is it a YouTube shorts, or is it a Facebook video? So it has the exact measurement. Or if you have the resources, you can just hire someone to create the videos that you would need for your platforms. Okay, but it's an easy way. The other one, you can use a CapCut. It's also very good when it comes to videos. You can use AI if need be. Okay. Then now, what are the content guidelines? So these are the best practices for consistency. You need to make sure that you stay consistent with your posting. Focus on quality over quantity. To make sure that the value that you are producing are higher quality and they're informative. Okay. The best way is there's a quote from one of influencers who says you need to do so much volume that is unreasonable for you not to succeed. So you need to make sure you can do a lot of volume so that you understand the type of content that people engage with. Okay, then once you do a lot of them, that's when you know, okay, this is quality, okay, this is not quality. Okay, so you can do a lot, a bigger volume, and so on. Or you can focus on, make sure you check on your competitors, like I've said, the type of videos that they are producing, then you just imitate them, or just add a little bit of salt on your video, but producing the same kind of content. Make sure the brand is consistency, understand your audience, the analytics, you understand them. Okay, this is the type of content that they need. Is it images? Is it text? Is it video? So you need to understand that if they respond more to images, you create more images compared to videos. If they do understand or engage more with videos, make sure you do a lot of videos. Okay, so you need to provide value before you can promote. Make sure that the value is high before you can even start promoting. So it's common with people on YouTube. People on YouTube produce a lot of value first before they can make an ask. They produce content that they would maybe just tell you to subscribe, comment, share. Then after doing all of that, that's when maybe they say, okay, I'm selling this course, and so on. So okay, in conclusion, you need to avoid posting random, over promoting products. You just focus on the best practices and avoid this inconsistency. Branding, like I've said, should just be consistent over time. So consistency builds trust and recognition. People are able to trust you. Like from the time that I've been looking at ads from Coca-Cola, or the content that's all been read, and so it's always been the same. So they don't change faces. Like today they're in yellow, today they're in what. It's always been read, high quality content, and so on. Okay, so let's just look at this to. Okay, so for you to understand it better, so the content should be educational. You show us how to use your product, or how to maybe connect it. Okay, you show us your product, and then even testimonials of people that have bought your product, and so on. Okay, so that you share information that people can apply to their daily lives, if it's educational. Okay, So you need to have educational content on your content calendar, showing the products, so that you share step-by-step guides on how your product works and the benefits. Testimonials, you share customer experience of the product or service and the features, so that others, when they see that customer is satisfied, they would also want them also to be satisfied. Okay. Okay, so this is a content guideline. Okay, so if you want awareness, is it awareness that you need? Is it engagement? Is it consideration? Is it conversions? Okay, so to get attention from your current and potential customers, you need to do this. You need to make articles, blog posts. These text kind of content format. Infographics, these are images. Podcasts, these are videos. How-to videos, these are actual videos. Ebooks, this is text now. Then how do you do your engagement? You get interactions from your current and potential audience. So educational videos, people are able to comment, people are able to share, and so on. Presentation, you might do a presentation of your product, a white paper, like I've said. You are an industrial expert, you produce vague, true information that if I was to read, I would understand that, okay, this one is an expert. Solution pages, you create worksheets. The worksheets of maybe you have to do something so that it becomes your lead magnet. Then consideration, get information from your potential audience. Okay, you do free trials. Let's say if you've created an application, you just create free trials maybe for 3 days, then afterwards it will be paid. So if maybe I start using your application, I would use it for 3 days, I would be hooked to using that application. Obviously I would subscribe. Free online courses, so this is part of considerations, this course that I'm doing. Then buying guides, maybe you need to buy something, you would maybe show if you wanted to be healthy, you need to buy this. This is buying guides. Demo videos, would also do demo videos of maybe how your product works, case studies, like I've said, a client that has bought and had a good experience, testimonials. It's also almost the same thing. Product webinars, this is common with big companies. Let's say, for example, solar companies do have product webinars where they showcase their products, they explain how they work, and so on. Product marketing, you market your product online, the same content. Comparison, you compare two products. Let's say maybe there's a bigger one and a smaller one. You would maybe want to choose a market that would buy the bigger one. You say maybe if these two products, let's say they are power stations, you would want people that have more multiple use get a bigger one, then those that have lesser use get the smaller one. Frequently asked questions, data sheets, and samples. You give out samples of your product so that people test them. That's if you want that. Some other things you can do them or not. Okay. Then conversions, you give out coupons. This is almost similar to a discount. Okay. Product demo, someone experiences your product, and maybe if it's an application or other things. The tailored workshops, same as a product, almost the same as product webinars. Then estimated cost, exclusion access, you just give access to smaller people. Then return on investment tools. Okay. So these are the content guidelines. Okay. Then creating a content marketing plan. Okay, you need a plan for all lot of these. So we've talked a lot about image content, video content, and text content. So you need to make a plan for this. It shouldn't just be random. You need to make a plan, and your plan is supposed to have the objectives that you need to choose. the target audience, then the platform that you want to be posting the same content, and the type of content. Is it image? Is it video? Is it text? Okay, and the posting schedule. So we'll look at an example of a weekly plan. Maybe on Monday you post education or post that's maybe about your product. And then on Wednesday promotion. Then on Friday maybe a video. Maybe it's a demo, it's a tutorial, or it's a reel. So planning reduces inconsistency and stress. So we can look at this. So this is a content marketing plan. So this would be the outline of it. So it's for a 30-day. This was assuming that all the months have 30 days, but months have 28, others 31. Okay, but 30 is the average. So content marketing plan for, is it a client? Is it for yourself? Yeah. Okay, so you might choose if it's yourself. You might just put my content. Is it for a client? You might put their name, or if it's a company, you put their name. The goal of your marketing content goal. So you go back there. Okay. Oh, where's the goal? Okay. So your goal, is it to grow the brand? Is it form a relationship? Is it drive leads? Is it drive sales? So you need to have a goal when you're making your plan. So you might maybe type of content, you might put image there, then platform, Facebook, when on the first of maybe May, video on the second, text. Then you keep on repeating those, and you keep on putting the platform. Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? So this is your 30-day marketing plan schedule, and now you will be posting. Okay. So I shared this in the group. So hope you read it. Okay, now how do you measure your results after you've done all of it, the whole lot of your content? So it's advisable you do a 30-day content plan. You've done everything. Then at the end of the month, now that's when you want to measure a result. Was it effective, or did it yield the results that you needed? Did it drive sales? Did it drive leads? Okay. So you're supposed to answer these questions. Did it grow the brand? Did it form relationships? Okay. Did it drive leads or sales? So that's supposed to be answered by your content plan. Okay. Now, how do you measure the results? Or what things would you want to track? You would want to track reach. How many people is it reaching? Engagement. How many people engage with the content? How many did share? How many did comment? How many did like? They clicked. Let's say you're sharing a link on either Facebook. How many clicked on the link? Did it take them to YouTube? How many people shared the content? How long did they watch it if it's on YouTube, or even on other platforms you can see? But YouTube, there would be a watch time. Okay, did it bring in sales, or did it make us collect the leads that we needed? Okay, so this you can find it on these tools. You can find them on Facebook Insight. Let me just go there. You can find Facebook Insight on a page. Okay, it's on a profile. There's no insight. Okay, so this is the insight icon. So you can just click it. So this is the insight. So most of the times, if you're just looking at it on green, these signs, this is a good sign. So for example, this content at 50 views, 3 interactions, that might be a comment, a like, the share, the net followers 0. If let's say you wanted to increase followers with the same content that you posted, supposed to be at least some numbers there. Okay. For example, when we look at this one, okay, my network is a bit slow. Let's do this. Let's just click this one. See insight and add. So you can see this insight using your Meta Business Suite on your phone. So if you are looking at this line showing there the decrease in the number of people that watch the video from the start up to the end. Okay, so a lot of people maybe might be dropping off here. So we looked at the first 3 seconds of the video, which is a hook. Okay, so it had 7, 10 reactions, 23 comments, 59 saves, 9 shares. So if these metrics are important to you, you'd want to take into consideration. Okay, who viewed the type of content? It was this age, so between 18 to 24. So you need to make sure that your content is tailored to a lot of people that view your content. So you would want to tailor it to that age range, the content, then coming to 25 and 30, then you reduce to 55 to 64. So your content is mostly watched by these people, which is the younger people. So you need to make sure that the content that you'll be producing should be for the younger people most of the times. Not that these are not important, but should be focusing on your target market. Okay. Okay. Then questions to ask yourself are: which content performed best? Which one brought in a lot of followers if your objective was to increase followers? Which one got the most engagement if your objective was engagement? Which one got a lot of leads? Which one got a lot of sales? So this data will help you to improve on the next content that you will be producing. Okay. So what I want you to remember is content marketing would build trust through value. The same content that you'll be producing is supposed to be valuable, meaning it should build trust through the same value. So every piece of content needs to be an objective. You need to be putting a call to action at the end, what you need people to do, either to like, subscribe, or comment or share, so that your business goal would be achieved. So different platforms require different strategies. Okay, so the content that will be on Facebook would be almost the same with on YouTube if you repurpose it. Otherwise, it would be a little bit different. Yeah, use text, images, and videos strategically. So, like I've said, you can repurpose a text to an image to a video. So you need to be strategic on how you do your content. So the notes that I shared, you can use those to come up with your content ideas, or you might use ChatGPT to generate your ideas. Okay, so consistency and measurements are very important. You need to make sure that you're able to measure your content, you know what to improve and what to do more and what to do less. Okay, so in all, good content will attract attention, then great content will build relationship, and in the end increase your revenue, which is increase more sales of your products. Okay, this is all for the lecture. If you have any questions, you might want to ask now, or we end it here. Okay, do you have any questions, sir? Oh, there's even one.
There are no questions, sir.
Okay, I hope you've gotten everything that I've explained. I shared the notes already, so you can just go through them, and the other helping notes so that you understand it better.
Yes.
Alright, cheers and have a good night. We'll share next
All
week.
right,
We'll
sir.
share next week. We'll share the assignment that we need to do for everything that we've covered. Since this was the last topic for the theory, next week we'll start with strategy. We'll go back on strategy. You can just look at your notes so that you understand better.
All right, sir.
Alright, cheers for attending.
All right, sir.
Have a good night.
Good night to you too.
Cheers.